Hello, my name is Asher Yaron, also known here in Indonesia as Pak Kopi. And Pak Kopi literally translates in Indonesia as Mr. Coffee. So I've been studying, researching, practicing all aspects of coffee for the last 8 years, from the cherry to the cup, from growing, harvesting, to roasting, barista training. And what I am developing now is an in-home roasting system, because what I've found is that the fresher the roasted coffee that you're using, the better it's going to be. The more effects it has on the brain and body that are very positive, stimulative, and really makes you feel good. So I'm currently developing this product. I call it Pak Kopi's Power Roaster, and this is an in-home roaster that I am, like I said, I'm currently developing, and it's not yet finished, but I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, and I'm in the test marketing phase. And what I'm going to do right now is do a demonstration for you. So we have two things here. We have my power roaster, and we have green coffee that's been grown here in Bali. We're in Bali, Indonesia, and this is 100% Arabica. Very important to use 100% Arabica. The other kind of coffee, Robusta, is used by many because it's much cheaper, half to a third of the price. It also has double the caffeine, and my experience has been it's overload for the nervous system. I think it's too much. People who say they can't drink coffee because they feel nervous or the digestive system, it's usually because they're drinking Robusta. So make sure you have 100% Arabica. Okay, so we're going to get started here. Pak Kopi's Power Roaster. Yes, this is a modified hot air popcorn popper, also known as a fluid bed roaster if you're a coffee roaster, and it really creates the best coffee in the quickest way. We're going to make roasted coffee here in about 5-6 minutes, really fast. And I do this every morning because when you're consuming a coffee that's just been roasted, you get high off this stuff. It's really potent and powerful. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is we take our scooper, our spoon, and we're going to spoon. It turns out to be about 80 grams of coffee, green coffee, one big scoop, and we put it in our Pak Kopi's Power Roaster. Okay? And then we're going to put in our special glass adapter. This is very important. This keeps the heat in. So this keeps the roasting process nice and short and keeps it very hot inside the chamber. So this is very important to use, and we use it with the knob facing down, like that. Okay? We put the top in, put our spoon back on. We're going to plug it in, and I like to time it so that I know exactly what's happening here. So I'm going to start the timer, turn the machine on, and the coffee is going to be roasted and circulated with hot air. So the way the coffee is being roasted and heated up, it's not coming in contact with a metal surface, which hand roasting will do. Hot air is roasting the coffee, so it's getting a nice even roast all the way around. It's really, in my experience, in my opinion, the best way to roast the coffee. So it's going to go through some stages. The first stage is you're going to see the chaff being blown off, and I have just a simple bowl here that I put underneath to collect the chaff. You can use it, you cannot use it. It's just you know, a little messy. It's really no big deal. The chaff, the skins of the coffee, it's inert. It can be easily cleaned up afterwards. Most home roasters spend a lot of time and money trying to do something about this chaff, and in my opinion it's overkill, and it ends up costing 5-6 times more than this machine itself. So what's happening now is the coffee's turning color a little bit. It's going through a stage. It's going to become more yellow and then to brown, and we're going to start to hear a cracking, a popping. It's like making popcorn, literally. There are two cracks. The first crack is a less audible, softer crack, and then the second crack is a louder crack. And what we're looking for is to hear the cracking, the popping, and then checking the color. And that's when we know it's done. Okay, so far it's been 1 minute 50 seconds. And the nice feature about this machine, it has an automatic shut-off. The machine gets very hot, and if it gets too hot, it will shut off automatically and won't restart until it cools again. Now, this helps us out because we don't have to stand here and worry about, we're going to start a fire, is it going to burn up? You don't have to worry about that. The machine's going to do an automatic shut-off. When it goes through its automatic shut-off phase, the coffee is still roasting. The coffee is still cooking. It will stop for maybe 45 seconds before kicking on again. And during that time also, it's very easy. We can check the color of the coffee. We can always take this off, take a look inside. This is clear and glass, so we can see the color. Okay, so I'm going to get a cloth so that when we handle the roaster, we're not going to burn our hands. We're doing this live, real time, so you can see exactly how long it takes. 3 minutes, 10 seconds, and haven't heard any popping yet. My experience with this roaster is we should hear some cracking in about a minute or so. I've roasted coffee now for 8 years, and I've worked all the way from a decent $50,000 15-kilo roaster, which works pretty much the same way as the roaster that I developed. If you want to see that, you can look at my TEDx talk. If you Google me on YouTube, Asher Yaron, A-S-H-E-R, last name Yaron, Y-A-R-O-N. First thing to do, my talk will come up. And pretty much the roaster I developed worked the same way as the Gießen roaster. And the way that works, it's heated by propane. There's a steel drum that rotates and heats the coffee. The coffee is heated two ways, hot air and coming in contact with the metal surface. The reason I like this better is because the coffee doesn't really come in contact with the metal surface, just being heated by the hot air. Also, when we're doing small quantities like this, we don't have a lot of coffee that's sitting around. You don't want coffee after roasted sitting around. It's deteriorating right away. All these good chemicals and substances, over 1,000 different substances created during roasting, are leaving the porous coffee bean in the form of gases. And when we're able to consume it right away, we're taking these beneficial antioxidants, these gases, these chemicals into our body, and it's giving us energy. I'll tell you, it's giving us an incredible high and buzz that with me lasts for about 6 hours. After I roast the coffee, I feel like I don't want to drink or eat anything for about 6 hours. And I never have coffee in the afternoon. I have it early in the morning because then my dosage is the right dosage. And so the next day I'm still getting the same effect. I'm not overloading my system, and my body is not getting used to higher and higher amounts. I'm keeping it the same amount. Okay, I just heard the first crack. So, all right, a little bit more at 5 minutes, 22 seconds. And now we can see, we're going to take this off. Hear the crack? And you can see, these not quite yet done, but we're getting towards a light brown. So probably just about another minute or so. It's okay during the process to take that off, but just be careful because it does get very hot. You can hear the cracking starting to pop more and more, and that's just a sign that we're getting closer to being done. And now it's just a matter of really checking the color. And the nice thing about it too, when you're roasting it yourself, you can choose the color, how dark you want the coffee roasted. You like dark, bitter coffee? Okay, you can roast it darker. You like lighter, more citrusy, sour tasting coffee? Try it lighter. Try it in between. Everyone likes their coffee different. The power of roasting is the most important aspect that we give away to big roasters, or anytime we buy prepackaged coffee in the store that's already been roasted, we're giving away the most important and significant aspect of this process. And that's why I want to be able to have you do it in your home, do it affordably, simply, easily, and get the incredible benefits from fresh roasted coffee. So I'm going to check it again because it's cracking quite a bit now. Oh. Maybe just a little bit more. I like to do a medium dark roast. So I think that Starbucks dark, or a French roast, espresso roast, way too dark. It's killing a lot of the beneficial substances that are roasted out of the bean when we roast too dark. But I don't like it too light because the sour taste I'm not too thrilled with. So I found that roasting it a medium dark right in between, for me, that's what I like. And I think that everyone should experiment and find out the way they like it. Everyone likes their coffee differently. That's been my experience. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of cracking. I'm going to turn off the machine. I think we're about done. Now, this has been longer than usual. This has been 8 minutes. My experience here in Indonesia is that the electricity is all over the place. Sometimes you get a full 220 volts, which is what this machine, 1200 watts. So sometimes it's delivering maybe 1000 watts, maybe 600 watts. It really depends on the location. It's not really regulated. In the West, it's much more regulated. It's going to be much more consistent. So here I'm working with electricity that is a little more up and down. Okay, well, I'm going to take this off, and again, be very careful. This glass piece is really quite hot. And I can take my time with this because, it's still roasting a bit. It's not hurting the coffee by leaving it in here. This machine still is really quite hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cool on a flat plate. If the coffee is in a bowl, it won't cool as fast. If it's on a flat plate, just one layer, it'll cool a lot faster. You'll be able to see what it looks like. Okay, so again, we have a medium dark roast. You can see the consistency, the quality of this roast. I've been working with professional commercial machines as well as machines that I've made, and this roast is good as anything. I'm paying retail. This is going to be somewhere between 50 to 75 US dollars, and a big commercial roaster, $50,000 to be big quantities. You don't need that. So I want to really try to make this affordable for as many people as possible. And you save money on the green beans. When you buy green coffee, you're saving quite a bit of money, and you're controlling the process of the freshness, and that really is key. So this is really nice. We have a really nice roast here, and this will probably make about 8 shots of espresso. We'll also make a 6-cup French press, get a really nice coffee from that. Stovetop espresso, I think this would also make 6 cups stovetop espresso. So this is really quite a bit, and if it's for just 2 people in the household, it's plenty enough. If you have guests, then with this roaster, it needs 15 minutes to cool in between roasts. So you could do one batch, and then 15 minutes later, roast another batch. That's it. Look at that. Great coffee. All right. This is Pot Kopi. I'll be doing some other instructional videos. Roast it at home. Take the power of the roasting into your hands.